Some people are saying this secession thing is a careless, wet dream. Well, that is their dream. That is their opinion, rather. And they're allowed to have an opinion. Yes. Some would also say that is their wishful dream. Yes. But let's just stick to what is happening on the ground. You know, what is really happening. Okay, towards this secession thing. Yes, a crazy idea. Yes, very drastic. But the only thing to save Kenya, according to me. Okay? And the only thing to ensure that we live a better future for our children and grandchildren. Okay? Anyway, let's see what's happening. Very interesting development. A lawyer associated with the Jubilee Party, his name is Ambrose Weda, of Weda and Company Advocates, has confessed and admitted secession is going to come. He has admitted. In fact, without putting words into his mouth, he has implied that secession is inevitable. But, and there's a very big but here, he says it will take 20 to 30 years. It's not for a time. It's for grandchildren and great-grandchildren, he says. Okay? Now, first of all, that statement is not true. Okay? But let's watch it to meza to you. Let me move on to his next statement, which I can challenge directly. In secession, he says, there must be war and bloodbath, and then a referendum. It will not come during our time. That's what he says. So in a secession, there must be war. And you know, this is the rhetoric Jubilee are giving us. And there must be bloodbath, yeah? Let's ask history if that is true. What happened in Somaliland? There was no bloodbath. Okay? Let's even give some more examples. Hungary seceded from Austria in 1867. Okay? There was no bloodbath. Norway seceded from Sweden. You know those two countries, Norway and Sweden. They were once one country. They seceded in 1905. Okay? There were some months of tension, and of course there was fear of war. Yeah? But finally they sat down, negotiated, and Norway was recognized as an independent constitutional monarchy on 26th October 1905. It happened. Okay? Now those writing about our history many years from now will recognize that there are a lot of tensions. Yeah? The tensions which are ongoing. Indeed, the security forces have clamped down very hard after the elections. Toddlers have been killed, children have been killed, several people died. Yeah? The government still says 0 people have died. The government still holds to the position no bullets were used. Yeah? All that will be recorded by historians. Okay? Another example of a peaceful secession. Singapore from Malaysia as recently as 1965. Did you know that? That Singapore and Malaysia were once one country? And that they seceded in 1965? Peaceful secession. So, Bana Ambrose Weda, I don't know where you're coming from, but what you're telling us is not factual. It's not true. Okay? I think in Kenya, it's time we got away from this thing of accepting statements from our politicians or people we listen to. We just accept and we just swallow the whole thing hook, line and sinker. Yeah? And you don't need to be a very clever, educated person to find out the truth. Eh? Kuna bona Google. You just go to Google and you Google. Yeah? Somebody tells you that a certain community is stupid. Go to Google and ask, is this community stupid? You'll get an answer. Okay? If you cannot reason that out with yourself, you know, by using reasoning. Okay? That's why Google is there. And Google helps if you don't want to think. Okay? All the answers are there. Now, Jubilee have been very quiet about this demand for secession. I think it has taken them by surprise. Of course, there have been a few people here and there making funny statements. But I think we can look at that situation like a situation where there's a big dog and its puppies. And the small puppies are just making a lot of noise without knowing what's happening. Yeah? While the big dog knows everything. Okay? Let me watch and ifafanue. Yeah? I'm not using abusive language. Let me just illustrate what I'm trying to say. The older generation know why people are asking for secession. They know exactly why. They know about all the injustices that have been done. They know all about people who have been living in this country and yet do not feel part of this country. Yes. People have been deliberately ostracized by operations, government operations of the intelligence. Yes. Etc. etc. And that's why most of them are quiet. And even when they come out with an answer, it is a very humble answer. We don't think this is the time for, Kenyans should unite, you know that kind of tone. It's not like the tone we're hearing during the elections. yeah, that no tribe, some certain tribes can never be president. Forget it. That presidential campaign is going nowhere, etc., etc. Yeah, the tone now has gone down. But that's it. That's the latest on this secession thing. As I promised, I'll keep a very close eye on all developments. Later on, I hope to do a recording where I will give more details of where successful secession has happened and how it can happen peacefully and successfully in Kenya, so that we part ways roho safi. Yeah, those who do not feel a part of the country, who do not want to be part of voter fraud, do not want to be part of accept and move on, can accept and move to their own country and move on in their own country. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.